Neighborhood car care, everybody knows Karen. I don't know if everybody knows Keith. These two have been together forever. They met in New Jersey, came to California. That's Keith looking like Scott Baio. And these two get married, build a life together, build a business together. They're just good people that I respect and admire. Both the boys are still with the business, so when they say family business, they mean family business. It's not, you know, here's a picture of my family on our website, and if you ever walk in the joint, you're never gonna see anybody. Tyler runs their store down in Julian. That's actually a picture of him with a random customer from up here that happened to be in Julian and had car trouble and stopped in. And that is Evan, who is a mechanic at the shop right down the street where I'm at. We're a AAA member facility. There's a lot that goes with that. They actually come in and do an inspection. It's about a year-long process. They do an inventory of the electronic equipment we have to properly diagnose vehicles. If we don't have all the equipment, we're not going to get certified. They check the mechanic certifications. They run background checks. They call a bunch of our customers. It's a couple hundred customers a year. We've maintained incredible ratings with them, and it's not an easy program to belong to. A lot of businesses will throw like a AAA logo up there on their website or their advertising material without being AAA affiliated. So, you know, be wary of that because it is a very costly program to belong to as a business. There's cost involved with equipment, with membership. It's a really big deal that we're proud of. ASE certification, if you go to a shop and the technicians aren't ASE certified, turn around and walk out the door. This is the litmus test for mechanics. I've been ASE certified since the early 90s. This is kind of like having your certification to be a CPA or maybe you're a notary public. If you don't have that certification, you probably should not be professionally working on cars. We buy parts from these two resources almost exclusively. I would say more than 90% of our parts come from Warren Distributing or Worldpac. That is only important because these two suppliers give us original equipment parts. When General Motors dealership or the Chevy dealership needs an alternator for a truck that they're fixing at the dealership, 9 times out of 10, they're calling Warren Distributing. Warren Distributing won't sell to any of you. They'll only sell to garages that are certified. Worldpac primarily does all the European stuff, the Asian stuff. There's parts companies out there that don't have high quality parts. That's not what we're using at our shop. And you're not paying the dealership markup. So we end up getting the same parts that the dealerships are putting in your car, but we're doing it cheaper. A couple of programs we have to save people a little bit of money. They have a $25 referral program. I'm sure some people in here have used it. So basically, I refer you to go to neighborhood. So I give you this little card. I write my name on the back of it. When you go in for service, you're gonna get $25 off of whatever you have done. Then we go into the computer and put a $25 credit for the person that gave you the card in our computer system. We had a lady within the last couple of months that came in and had to have a $400 repair on her car. She didn't pay a dime. She literally got the car fixed, $400 worth of work down the road. So she was all excited. The next one they've got is the free oil change. You guys have probably seen those floating around. So first-time customers come into our shop, they get a free oil change. There is some fine print on there where it's a $40 value. I can tell you right now, 9 times out of 10, we just send you on your way. AutoPass is basically in-house financing for auto repair. People that really need the money, I like these guys because they give them credit. It's 6 months, no interest. So they pay it off within 6 months. There's no interest on it. We're not involved with it. As a business, the only thing we do is say, here's the link. You know, go to that link, apply. If they don't get approved, no big deal. If they get approved, they call us back. Hey, Richard, go ahead, do the work. A couple of check engine lights, tire pressure light. If that gem's on in your car, you see it on the dashboard, you got a low tire. A lot of things can cause that. You could have a nail in the tire. You could have one tire at 35 pounds of pressure and another tire at 40 pounds of pressure. That's enough to set off that light. You can have your tires rotated. That can set off that light. Basically, there's little sensors in each of the tires that regulate how much pressure is in the tire. On some vehicles, you have to take a computer and you actually have to tell the cars computer which spot each tire's on. So you can go to a lube shop maybe and they're like, oh, let's do a quick rotation while you're here. So they rotate your tires. You drive away, this light's on. It could simply be because they don't have the stuff that AAA requires, which is the little, $10,000 computer, so we can tell the car where that tire is. Oil light, 9 times out of 10, somebody's got too much oil or not enough oil in the car. Once in a blue moon, it'll be an oil pressure issue. For the most part, if that thing comes on, check your dipstick. We had a lady the other day come in with a 4.5 quart Integra. It should have had 4.5 quarts of oil in it. It had 9 quarts in it. We see all kinds of crazy stuff, if not just for the volume we get. Yeah, so we drained it out and put the right amount of oil and she was good to go. Check engine lights. If this thing comes on and it is flashing, pull over to the side of the road, call a tow truck, get to a shop. If that thing is blinking, it is telling you that you are actually damaging something else in the car. That's like a code red, pull over, call a tow truck. If it comes on and it stays on, that you can drive it yourself to the shop, have them pull the code, let you know what the heck's going on. These aren't as easy to diagnose as they used to be. I know everybody sees online, they have the little box you can put in your car and, oh yeah, it'll tell you what's wrong. That basically tells you what system's having the failure. So you may buy that little box and pop it in there and then pull the thing out and it may say electrical system problem. Well, that could be the alternator, could be the battery, could be bad wiring, could be bad ground. It'll give you the system it's related to, but not the exact problem that's going on with the car. I love working for Keith and Karin. They're good people. A lot of people know how to fix cars, but it's not everybody that stands behind their work and just gives you the straight scoop. So come on down and see us.